Hey there guys, Sean Michael here from WinBeta. We gotta go big because it's our last ever WinBeta podcast. We'll get sad in a minute, but it's certainly Zach's last ever, and with the rebranding, it's anyone's ever, really. So yeah, we got a bunch of stories to go into today. We got an early look at Windows 10 for small tablets. The Microsoft band launched in the UK. Bing can translate internet slang.
Yeah,
Zach, these aren't the stories from this week.
That's the story.
These are the stories from our first ever video podcast.
I don't think it is.
Shut up. It's for April. Whatever. My joke's still funny. No, we're actually going to talk about things including a new build that dropped for PC and phones this week. We have some a new extension for Edge. We got polls. We got Xbox news. E3's next week. Maybe we can talk about what we want to see from E3. We got all sorts of things. But honestly, I think most people are tuning in live. And by the time this goes up, probably already know this. But Zach, you have some news for us, so I'll hand the mic over to you guys.
Yeah, I'm leaving WinBeta.
What?
Yeah, sorry.
That was the news?
That was the news.
Oh man, I thought you were just going to tell me about Cheeky Nando.
Yeah, well, I'm leaving after 5 long years at least. I have decided it's time to broaden my horizon and try some new things. And I've recently accepted an opportunity from Windows Central to write there. So I'll now be doing what I do all the time, pretty much, except obviously the podcast, but over on Windows Central instead. It's a huge move for me. It's one that it's a full-time position, so it's my first full-time position in this industry, and kind of a dream because I've always wanted to cover Microsoft full time, and now I have the chance to do it. WinBeta, if you don't know, for the 5 years I was writing at WinBeta, it was only a part-time thing. So I was juggling WinBeta with an actual outside in the world real job that became very difficult. So I'd be trying to do WinBeta and I wouldn't be. Sometimes I'd like in real life at my real job, I'd be at work and a new build would drop and I wouldn't be able to get to it for like the first 3 hours because I'm obviously at work. So that was one of the reasons why I took up this position, because now I can actually do what I love full time and not have to worry about being somewhere else when a new build drops or whatever else. So I'm very excited to begin pretty much my new career very, very soon. I start officially July 1st, but today is my last WinBeta podcast.
Memories.
And Sean has another announcement.
The corners of my mind, misty watercolored memories of Duck Beta and Zach. No, but in all seriousness, can I share my thoughts for a minute, Zach?
Oh yeah, you can share your thoughts.
So I'm a pretty joking guy. Obviously, I get half a Birmingham accent because all my best friends in England are British, and a lot of them from Birmingham. But I'm gonna miss Zach. I signed up for WinBeta in January of 2015, so it's been about, what is that, a year and 6 months, a year and 5 months with WinBeta. I'm staying, don't worry. But with Zach specifically, we started a podcast pretty quickly after I started, probably about a month or two after I joined WinBeta. And I wasn't on episode 1, but I was on episode 2 through right now. So I'll break Zach's record when we do another one. But I'm really grateful, honestly. I've had so much fun with Zach. You know, we're on here at least a few hours a day. I talk to him just about as much as anyone with the podcast and work. So I'm going to miss him, but I'm really proud. If anyone thinks, I've seen some tweets. I appreciate it. But people have said things like, oh, I feel bad for Sean. And like, yeah, obviously I'm going to be sad. Zach's a good friend of mine, good coworker. The site is obviously had good appreciation for him. But I'm proud. That's what you want. I mean, what do you want for your friends other than them to be happy and successful? And this lets him get a career in the industry that he wants to be in. I mean, I've seen that pull new things come out and I'm at uni or I'm doing other things. So I completely understand where he's coming from. Really happy getting a career. That's what you want. I mean, I want to cover things in my life too. You gotta take the opportunities that come to you in life sometimes. And I'm really proud of Zach. So
thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Really, really heartwarming that was.
Hmm.
Oh, I feel sad now. I don't want to go. I'm staying.
Kip told me I had to make you cry today.
I think there's money on it. That's why. Don't do it, Sean. If you were my true friend, don't make me cry.
No, but I mean, obviously we're going to miss him. But, we'll do some news today. I expect we'll probably get progressively less and less newsy and a little more cheeky as it goes on. But yeah, I mean, honestly, we cover things that are similar, but I think that there's value from what Zach's going to do and from what we're going to do. If I can talk a bit about the rebrand for
Yes, that's the second big announcement for today. This is why this
yeah,
is a
so
special
so for
podcast.
those who haven't tuned in, you may have noticed our Twitter handle's already changed. We have a banner on the site, sort of thing. But WinBeta is going to be changing not only names, but also a little bit of our focus. We're still going to give you all the build news you want, all the Microsoft news you want. We're going to be a premier place for that. That part's not going away at all. But we have an article kind of explain. I direct you more to that article, but explaining how we're going to be adding other facets because people use Microsoft services everywhere. We want to cover all sorts of news. For those who are asking, it's called On Microsoft. I know that it's spelt O-N and then capital M-S-F-T, but it's pronounced Microsoft when you say it out loud.
Anybody in the Microsoft industry at least, or into technology who is into Windows, knows that MSFT is short for Microsoft. So,
right. Well, that's their stock handle. But we didn't. We didn't. You actually saw actually close to your new home, Zach. What's Mobile Nations? They have a site that covers iPhone, but didn't they have to change names about 3 months ago?
Who?
What didn't they used to be? There was one site that used to be like Apple Central or Apple something, and then they had to change it to iMore. Wasn't that them?
No.
Maybe it was somebody else. I knew there was a major news site that had to change their name. Maybe it wasn't them though. I don't want to. Maybe it wasn't them. I don't want to put words in their mouths. But I've seen sites do that because your name has a company's name in it and stuff like that. So we're looking for feedback. Like I said, go check out the article. It's on the banner on top of the site right now, and all those sorts of things. But yeah, so there's that. We're still going to be here, but the podcast is going to be taking a bit of a break or hiatus or whatever you want to call it. We don't have a definitive return date, so don't tweet at me about what day we're coming back. Like that'll be decided in a little bit. But while we find a replacement for Zach and we go through the rebrand and all that sort of thing, we're going to take a little bit of time to reshape what the podcast is going to be and how we're going to do it. So obviously Zach's leaving for good, so I'll be sad to see him go. But at least for me, I'm going to be gone for at least a little bit of time. So I'll miss you guys as well and be sad about that.
Sean's getting married. Keep in mind.
I'm getting married this summer, so it actually...
that kind of makes sense to have a podcast break.
It might be provident. Yeah, I was going to have to take a couple weeks off anyway. Yeah. But I wasn't going to be... I'm going to be setting up the chapel the day before my wedding. I'm not going to be here.
Yeah.
But, so there's that. I guess that's all the news out of the way.
Well, that's it. Let's just sign off. Thanks for watching, guys.
We'll see you next week.
No, we won't. No, we won't. We'll never see you again.
Bye. No.
Bye.
No, we got some news. We had 2 new builds this week, Zach. So you want to jump into that?
Oh, sure. Microsoft released build 14.361 for mobile and desktop this week. Not really a hugely feature-filled build. We're at that stage now in which new features are not a thing. It's more bug fixes, UI improvements, all that good stuff. The settings app on desktop has a new user interface, an improved user interface. The column on the left-hand side is now the same color as the panel on the right. And it also has like a little indicator now that just shows you when you're selected on a certain option on the left-hand panel. And that's pretty much it for the settings app. There's also a couple of... I should probably get the changelog up. There was also a couple
and I got the right link this time, unlike last time.
Yes, you do. LastPass extension is now available for Microsoft Edge. Now, this was kind of technically available before, but then Microsoft pulled it and was like, you can't use it yet. Use it soon. So now it's available officially. And we've also got some more Windows Ink improvements. And there's some Hyper-V stuff, but I'm not going to go into that because... only Team Gnome cares about Hyper-V. So the Windows Ink improvements include the Windows Ink ruler is now long enough to span diagonally across the entire Surface Book display. That's an interesting change. So I believe that's the change for all Windows PCs, regardless of if it's a Surface Book or not. But the Surface Book screen is a very specific size and shape. So very interesting change that is. We fixed an issue with the Windows Ink Pencil tool where the line drawing along the ruler wouldn't be flush with the ruler, as well as an issue resulting in slight flicker visible on the coloured section, blah, blah, blah. So more fixes. We've updated the touch inking icon, so it's now more reminiscent of the Windows Ink workspace icon. Improved performance and some other fixes, so that's nice for the Windows Ink workspace. There's a new icon, except I don't know if it's new because I saw some people on Twitter say this has been an icon in Windows for ages, but the Blu-ray drive,
Blu-ray.
yeah, the Blu-ray drive icon has apparently been updated.
Is that moon icon new?
I believe it is.
I think that's new. You should talk about that.
When you turn quiet hours on, the notification icon now has a little tiny moon next to it instead of a do not disturb.
Very cute.
That's nice.
It's like it's sleeping.
The network icon also got updated in quick access on your notification center. If that's the thing you look at all the time. And then there's some more fixes and whatever else. But the mobile build had no new features at all. They didn't look at any new features. They just said more fixes. And yeah, there's lots and lots of fixes in these builds today. A few issues, but again, we've still got a while left for development, so that's not...
But they're doing that June bug bash, right?
Yes, that was also a big announcement. They are doing another bug bash. I always get bug bash. I can't say it. I always say bag bash. I don't know why. So the June bug bash is just like the one that happened in April. They're going to be extending the internal bug bash to insiders. So in the Windows Insider Hub, there will be, or the Feedback Hub, sorry, quests every day, lots of quests every day for insiders to complete and submit feedback for. And Microsoft will take a look at that and hopefully make Windows a better place. So that's happening very soon. Microsoft hasn't given a specific date for that. They have just said coming soon. Well, it is June, so I guess probably next week or maybe the week after.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I think it's actually a pretty good sign, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
If they have enough time that they're doing a public-facing bug bash marathon leading up to the sign-off, I think that's a pretty good sign that they're not trying to cram all sorts of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Because obviously they have to do tons of bug squashing anyway. But having it like this eliminates, like when Windows 10 initially rolled out last year, there were a lot of bugs for the first few months and then they come out with that November update. Well, this lets them fix some of those now.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. That's pretty good.
Very, very good. I did just mention LastPass.
Did you? Yeah, I guess along with that new build came a new extension. LastPass is now on Windows 10, which, if you're a LastPasser, I could definitely see why. I signed up for it. I've never used it before. It's actually pretty nice. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that it's exciting. I think extensions on Edge are good. I'd love to see more of them. I like that you download them from the store, which is nice. Anyway, I guess we'll move on, Zach. So you have a collection of phones, one of which broke this week.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, we should talk about that. I dropped my 950. It was the saddest phone drop I've ever had. Most phone drops I've had are usually very explosive, like very dramatic, big noise everywhere. This was the saddest phone drop I've ever experienced. I was simply holding my phone, just kind of lazily, and it slipped, and it just literally flipped over my index finger and landed like that. It didn't even bounce. It just laid there, and I thought, wow. I looked at it. For about 10 seconds, I was looking at it going, that's got a cracked screen. Surely enough, it had a cracked screen, so I've sent it away. It went away today, actually. It should be back sometime next week from repairs. It was in warranty, so the repair should be free, unless like I sent the 950 XL away when I had a chip in it, which is still there, and they were like, yeah, whatever, we'll fix it. Sent it back with the same screen, so hopefully they actually fixed my 950 this time. Yeah, but it was the most...
No, guys, when I sent it to you, I didn't just want you to look at it and then send it back to me.
No, yeah, I don't know what they did. They were like, I guess they tried to fix the vibrate motor, because I did say the vibrate motor was also broken, but the vibrate motor was still broken. It's fixed now, though. It's such a weird vibrate motor in the 950 XL. Oh, well.
But in any event, one of the things I saw you say on Twitter was, which phone should I start using while I wait for it to get repairs? Because you have a plethora of Windows 10 and Windows phones and all sorts Windows 10 mobile devices. And so I thought, okay, well, I'll do a poll this week on what would your dream phone be like. Now, this is more about form factor. I guess we can get into... I mean, I didn't want to do specs because it's kind of... I think it'd be kind of stupid to say, which processor do you want? And then people would be like, the best one. And you're like, what price do you want? Free. I mean, obviously, that's kind of dumb. So I wanted to know people's form factor, what they'd like. So I had 4 questions in this week's poll. I had screen size, body material, on-screen button versus capacitive buttons, which is from your tweet, and then also which operating system, which I put in there just to cover my bases. I knew which one would win on our website, but, whatever. In any event, so we got about, I think, 800 votes on each one-ish, somewhere in that range. Usually if you do too many polls, they kind of dip down as you get later on the website. So I did ranges of size. So 4 to 4.5, 4.5 to 5, up to 6 plus in increments of half inches, which I understand lots of the world uses centimeters, but most phones I've ever seen are measured in inches. I don't know why. America-centric phones. But in any event, the winner was 5 to 5.5 inches. So they didn't quite want the behemoth of a 1520, but they wanted something in the range between a Lumia 930, but smaller than a Lumia 950 XL. How big is the Lumia 950? 5.2 inches?
5.2. It's very peculiar. The 950 is 5.2 and the 950 XL is 5.7.
Yeah, and that actually, the 5.5 to 6, or, 5.99, that got the second most votes. So people definitely like that range. A few people actually said 4.5 to 5. That was about a fifth of the vote.
Who said that? They're crazy.
Well, Leia's got pretty small hands. She's not that tall.
Get an iPhone SE.
And so, yeah, that's what I mean. Is when you look at phones, it is a bit of a task to get around the phones and type and that sort of thing. How about you, Zach? What size do you like?
I love...
You've used them all.
Yeah, out of the 950 to 950 XL, I definitely prefer the 950 in terms of design and size. At first I didn't. At first I thought the big screen was better, the design of the 950 XL was better, but after using the 950 XL, I had come to the conclusion that the 950 is actually a better designed phone. 5.2 is great. I love the 5.2 screen size. Maybe 5.3 would be a sweet spot for me, but 5.2 is perfectly fine. I enjoy 5.2 very much on the 950.
Yeah. So I've also heard people say, and I predicted this, that the Lumia 950 and 950 XL feel smaller than they are.
The 950 XL is pretty big as a phone. It's smaller than other phablets, obviously, but it's still a pretty big phone. And you can definitely feel that when... Obviously, I was using the 950 for a while up until using this again. I've got a wooden case on it, by the way, from Mozo. These
How's
new
that?
ones.
Yeah, from Mozo.
On behalf of mobilefun.com.
Right?
So if you want to go and buy one of these, you can from mobilefun.com.
Who's it from?
Mobilefun.com. Should we say that one more time? Mobilefun.
Isn't it .co.uk?
They told me to say .com. They were specific about
right,
.com.
then.
So there you go.
Make sure. Yeah, no, it's fine. Does it look good? You like it?
Yeah, I like it. It's wood. So I feel like I'm going to get a splinter running my fingers across it.
Did you see that phone? Oh, it's from Japan, and they have multiple backs that you can do.
Yeah, the Neo Uns or something. I don't know.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's also coming worldwide now, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Do you know the name of it?
It's Neo something.
Can you look it up?
Neo AUANZS? I don't know. Neo something.
I'll talk about it if you could find a link or something so we get the official name. But yes, it's a really cool phone. Runs Windows 10 Mobile. I know this is a bit of a tangent, but whatever. And it there's two halves. Do I have my phone here? Yeah. So instead of just one, the Lumia 950, what was that?
It's the Nuance Neo, Nuans Neo.
And so there's a video and the guy's breaking it down. Instead of just one back, this one, not even removable. Come on. And then yours, removable, but the whole thing. This one you snap on two halves, so you can get like a polycarb. I don't know which one was wood, the top or the bottom, but you can do... I think it was wood for feel and then like polycarbonate, or one of the two, and you can flip-flop colors. And this one's kind of suede, and this one's wood, and you can do two halves, so it's this nice two-tone, or you can do this all-in-one flip design, which then locks or unlocks the phone. Really nice. So that's an interesting thing. What do you think of that phone, Zach?
It's a peculiar-looking phone. It's quite thick though.
Yeah.
It's not a thin phone.
Yeah, but I do like that. The more customization, the better, I think. So yeah, I think that's great. But anyway, back to this. 40% said 5 to 5.5. I'm rounding, and then 25 said 5.5 to 6, and 20% fits 4.5 to 5. And amazingly, 3% said they wanted a phone under 4.5 inches, and 10% said over 6. Anyway, all right. So then we got body material, which I guess links into what we were just talking about with that. I gave 5 options: polycarbonate, full metal body, polycarbonate back with metal edges, which almost won. Replaceable back with various options, which I don't know how that doesn't win. And then carbon fiber, which got a surprising number of votes. Zach, what is your dream phone material? You're an expert on this. You've used every phone ever made by Lumia.
What do you mean material? As in like what it's built out of?
like this. They've got metal edges.
Oh yeah,
polycarbonate back.
obviously this phone doesn't exist, but I'd want a magnesium phone. I've said this before. That would be the perfect, for me at least, the perfect kind of material for a phone. I just think it feels so awesome.
What's
But
an iPhone made out of?
metal
I mean, it looks like
or aluminium.
they look pretty similar.
They aluminium. I guess they're both. Yeah, but the surface material is so much better. I think.
Basically, you want a full metal bodied phone.
I want a Surface phone. That's what I'm asking.
All right.
No, but for phones that are on the market, I like the 930 design. I like the metal rim and the polycarbonate back.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of replaceable. I think the way what they did with the 950, 950 XL, in terms of like how many people got one, but I think there's a lot of really good things about the phone, including the design of the back. You have a wood case, but next week you could have a metal case. Then what if they made a carbon fiber? You can have whatever you want.
They don't make metal cases for the 950 and 950 XL.
They make a metal rim.
They make like covers, but they don't make shells. I want them to make a shell.
Well, what do you mean? Oh, you mean... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But don't you get, with the 950, you're replacing the edge and the back, right?
Yeah, because that's what they're called shells. So you can actually take the whole thing off, obviously, and it takes the size off with it, and you can replace it, except they don't make metal ones. They only make plastic and leather and rubber or whatever else. But, yeah, if they only made a magnesium shell for the...
Yeah, I think they should make a full metal shell, but I think that's the way to go. But that's not what the voters said. 28, almost 29 said full metal. 27.5 said polycarbonate with metal edges. 21% said replaceable. All right, next, Zach, I already know your thoughts. Do you want on-screen buttons or capacitive buttons?
Capacitive.
I prefer the... Oh, I don't know. I have a phone with with the dedicated... What are these? These are the capacitive.
Yes.
But someone brought up in a comment, if you don't have on-screen buttons, how can you navigate your phone with a mouse?
Get a keyboard.
I guess. So that's true. If you used a mouse, you're probably using a keyboard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I see benefits to both. I think that this split's almost 50-50. It's 51 on-screen, almost 49 capacitive. I could see Leah has a Lumia 640. And having on-screen buttons kind of gives you a little bit of extra space on your phone without having the phone have to be a little bit bigger, which is to me valuable. But I do see the value in the capacitive buttons. So
I just think... I don't know. I just prefer capacitive because I feel like on-screen buttons get in the way of the screen real estate. Because I look at my 950 and 950 XL and go, damn, I could have an extra like 12 inches? 12 pixels of screen real estate. Maybe not pixels.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It makes it, to me, it fits a little better. When I watch a video on my phone in landscape mode, this is wasted space. But on a 640, it's not. You just swipe them off, and then the whole screen is in use.
Yeah, I guess.
So for me, that's why I like on-screen. You get that there isn't wasted, and it makes it symmetrical-ish. I mean, there's still the speaker on this side, but anyway. I just want the HP Elite X3 though, and that has speakers at the bottom, so it's never going to be symmetrical.
If you had the money for a 950 XL or an HP Elite X3, which one would you go for?
I would buy an HP Elite X3 today.
Really? Wow. Okay.
It's waterproof, man. Name another waterproof Windows phone.
I have no idea.
IP67 water and dust resistant. I mean, it's not proof. I mean, don't go scuba diving with the thing, but I just think it's ridiculous that you can drop hundreds of pounds on a device, and then if you drop it in a sink, it's ruined.
True.
We have the technology. We can rebuild them. You don't need phones that just fall apart.
Let's go into a bit of science. Well, there's a thing, or not. There's a kind of thing. You tell I'm not a biologist or a scientist in any way, but butterfly wings have it. Their wings are coated in this special stuff that's water resistant. It's 100% waterproof. Water drops on it, it just comes straight off. People it's very expensive stuff, obviously.
You mean just like hydrophobic materials?
I guess that might be what it's called.
Yeah. They have clothes that you see, and they'll coat these clothes in them, and then they can just pour buckets of mud, and then it just beads up and immediately falls off.
See, Sean's so much smarter than me.
No, I just watch more memes and 9gag than you.
Oh, was it a meme?
I watched it. I got little GIFs and stuff, and that was one of them.
I watched the documentary. That's how I know.
So you watch documentaries. I'm watching 9gag. Which one of us?
Well, you remembered the name. I didn't.
one of the commenters said waterproofing is bad for sound. I don't know. The Elite X3's got some really nice looking speakers on it.
My point, back to that point I just made. Why don't they make phones out of that, like covered in that stuff? Because I mean, it's not like horrible goopy stuff. It's like it's completely. You could make a phone out of that stuff.
They have waterproof phones though,
but not coated in that magnificent, completely water-resistant stuff.
Well, I don't. What do they need to grind up butterfly wings? I don't know where they get that stuff.
Yeah, like
no, I have no idea if it would work on a phone, honestly. But I think it's about the ports and stuff. I mean, if you get water on your screen, it's glass. But I think it's about ports and how to waterproof entry points like volume keys and the headphone jack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just want a waterproof phone. I mean, the Elite X3 has like everything I want in a phone, except the camera could be a little bit better.
Yes.
Like, it's not bad, but it could be better. So
there's always something.
But honestly, I'd sacrifice that. Though the camera on my 930 is very nice. And the 950 XL and 950 have great cameras. Like I said, they have split. Operating system, this is a landslide. Obviously, people said Windows 10 Mobile. That obviously is not reflective of what the whole world thinks. It's actually almost invert. Almost 84% of our voters said Windows 10 Mobile. 84% of the world uses Android. So
fair enough.
We're a special group. What's your operating system of choice, Zach? If you started new today and I handed you $1,000 to get a new phone,
well, do I have knowledge of the operating systems?
Yeah.
Windows phone. I'm not going to move, am I?
Perfect. So even if you knew Android as well as you know Windows, you wouldn't switch?
I know Android well enough. I just don't like Android.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Well, that's all me for my poll stuff. That was longer than expected, but it was 4 polls. Zach, we got Xbox stuff. You want to? Oh, am I next as well?
You wrote it.
You talk about the DVR for a while. I've been doing this for 10 minutes.
Okay. Microsoft lied to us. That's what I'm getting from this. So last year at E3, Microsoft made a great announcement. They were bringing DVR to Xbox One. If you were using an over-the-air receiver with the USB tuner, you would soon be getting recording DVR functionality like the Virgin Media TiVo box or any other. Most cable providers in the world or in America and the UK at this point offer. And now Microsoft has said, nope. They've gone back on their plans. They have said, we've decided to put development of the DVR for over-the-air TV on hold to focus our attention on launching new, higher fan-requested gaming experiences across Xbox One and Windows 10. We're always listening to fan feedback and we look forward to bringing more requested experiences on Xbox One, Windows 10 and Xbox Live this year. So basically what they said is, oh yeah, about that thing we mentioned, yeah, we're not doing it now. That's pretty much what they've said. And I'm gutted. I was looking forward to DVR. I kicked out my cable box provider. I use the over-the-air thing now because it's so much easier and the integration with Xbox is just so much more convenient. Won't be getting DVR functionality. So there you go. Pretty upsetting.
Well, and I think people are upset with this rightfully so. If you have a feature that you're not going to deliver, then just don't announce it.
No, I guess they thought they were going to deliver it.
Yeah, but then don't change your mind.
Yeah,
people saw this working. Like I read an article where they said that they saw this working behind the scenes.
Yeah, they've got. I've heard from sources they've got builds internally that have it working.
That this works, and yet they're gonna like. To me, just say that it's taken longer than you expect, but don't just take it away.
I think they.
I mean, theoretically, they could bring it in the future because this isn't. They didn't say the word cancelled, but
yeah, they've said not yet. But what that pretty much means cancelled in Microsoft terms. It's like I think
McLaren. That, by the way, actually, they might have used the word cancel for the McLaren.
I don't think they ever announced the McLaren, so that technically doesn't count.
They used the McLaren like in a video that we put up today, showing tech off that they never even formally released. But in any event, yeah, I can see why people are upset.
I kind of think the reason that they've said this is because they got a lot of flack from cable providers going, well, really, why would you do this? You're going to cut into our market, dude. So Microsoft
but it wasn't for cable. That was only for over the air.
Right, but it would encourage people to cut their cable, cut the cord or whatever it's called. Like
I
get rid of their cable subscription.
Care about cable companies, but they do have one guy that's probably dependent on cable companies working with them.
I guess it would be.
Don't you? I bet you one guy. You probably have to get. They don't just copy and paste. I'm sure they have to have some sort of setup.
Yeah, and I don't think Microsoft's ready for that commitment yet. So hopefully in the future, Microsoft will actually say, "Oh look, guess what? It's here now." Because I know the code works. It's whether or not they want to release it.
There's someone in the world who's running a DVR on his Xbox, Project Astoria on his Windows phone, and he's taking notes on his Surface Mini. And that person is Zach in his dreams every night.
In my dreams, at least, yeah. In real life, it's probably Panos Panay,
Yeah, there you go.
of all people. Lucky
That's what I would do if I was Panos Panay. I'd be like, yeah, they canceled it for you. I'm using it to DVR my stuff.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. I got a Surface Mini. This all access badge to wherever I want to go in Redmond.
Yeah, this Surface Mini's running Windows 11. Secretly.
This Surface Mini is running Windows 10 and Windows 10 Mobile. And it also has Project Astoria.
At the same time. And
Yeah.
and iOS.
Yeah, exactly. All in this device.
iOS fork, secret internal one for
There you
Microsoft
go.
only. Ah, lucky employees. I wonder if Steven Sinofsky still has internal access. I bet he does secretly. I bet he secretly has it.
Do you think Bill Gates ever comes in and just plays around with stuff?
I reckon Bill Gates is running all the latest stuff at his house. And it's like his daughter, his kids are there, like.
Probably got a Hollow.
He's like, Dad, why are you
Surface-
installing this
Surface up?"
pre-release stuff on my laptop? They have
was that?
no idea. I bet Bill Gates' kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the pre-release stuff that they don't want to be using.
Uh,
Didn't Bill Gates say his kids aren't allowed to use iPhones? I'm pretty sure he said that once.
I don't know. Maybe he's lightened up like the company has.
He's there. He's got his like kids. You can have the Lumia McLaren, the prototype Surface phone, or an iPhone, and they all choose iPhone.
They probably would.
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got more news. It's not news. We already knew this, Zach. Halo 5 is not coming to the PC.
Yeah, we knew that.
Basically, a week ago, we all knew this, but then there were rumors that it was, and then there was clarification that it's not.
I bet at E3 on Monday they say, guess what's coming to Windows 10 PC? Halo 5.
I'll just say this, Zach, and others have said it as well. I think it's really weird for Microsoft to preach cross-platform stuff and then not have Halo 5 be cross-platform.
It's very peculiar. I mean, they are bringing Halo 5 Forge, remember?
But why? Like, this shows to me that they're bringing some of it cross-plat. Like, they want EA and Ubisoft and all these developers to have things on the Windows 10 store and Xbox, but they won't bring basically the only franchise that I wanted for years to PC. I'm not saying I wouldn't play other games, but Halo is a really big reason to get an Xbox.
People who say it's because they want to sell Xboxes, I understand that, but Halo 5 is almost a year since it was out now, and I don't think it's selling many Xboxes at this point. It wasn't even that much of a popular game last year, considering how 343 changed up a lot of things. Just release it now.
Well, I just don't get...
Just stagger it.
Why would you preach? I mean, why would you preach cross-platform, and you want this interconnected play where you can pick up here and continue there, cross-platform play where people are on their console and this one's on a PC, and then a franchise that... How much controlling power does Microsoft have over Halo? Is it complete or is it part...
it's a Microsoft IP.
So they have complete control over Halo.
Mm-hmm.
They built the operating system that runs Windows 10 and Windows 10 games. They built the Xbox that runs it, and they're in charge of the games. And they won't connect them. I just don't get it. That's like if they didn't release Minecraft for the Xbox.
I'm annoyed at Minecraft for the Xbox, actually. Microsoft should be working on converging all the Minecraft into one ultimate Minecraft for all platforms.
Minecraft 10.
But Minecraft on Xbox One is different from on PC and phone and Windows 10 store. They're all different, so
Yeah, I guess.
it's annoying.
So I don't know why Microsoft won't do that. I think it's kind of frustrating. So there's that. Yeah, would you prefer to play it on your PC or your Xbox?
I prefer gaming on Xbox. It's just more convenient.
Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't talk about this. Was there an Xbox build that came out this week?
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Build 14352, I believe, .1020 for the Xbox was released.
Including Cortana.
Yeah, it features Cortana. Right now, the Cortana implementation is absolute rubbish. It's awful. It's the worst. Of all of the previews I've used on Xbox, this is the worst preview I've ever used on Xbox, and that's saying a lot. The integration of Cortana completely removes the Xbox command, so now everything is, hey Cortana. And I don't know if you see there, my Kinect just lit up. And that's because I shouted, hey, there's a Ben & Jerry's thing there as well. Hey Cortana, when I say hey Cortana, Connect begins listening, and now I can say things like, it's not going to work now, but let me try. Hey Cortana, turn my Xbox on. Oh, it works! So as you can see there, my Xbox is coming on now. And now, obviously, it will boot up and turn the TV on, or whatever else. But obviously, Hey Cortana is on my Windows 10 PC, my phone, and my Surface, and my tablet, and everywhere else. So no longer can I differentiate the Xbox commands from my other devices. It's now everything's the same. Hey Cortana pretty much works most of the time on the Xbox, other than like, trying to open the calendar won't work because there's no calendar app yet. I don't think the full store app, the Windows 10 store app, is available on here. The store has been updated, but I can't download any store apps like Twitter or whatever just yet. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to bring that either. They might just be a specific selection of developers who have built apps that also run on Xbox One. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to bring, oh, here's every app on the Windows 10 stores. Try and run it
Office.
here. Yeah, I don't think Office is going to show up, but
I just want Office on an Xbox One.
it's really annoying, and I don't even think the command to turning it off works. I've tried this many times, but let me say it, hey Cortana, turn my Xbox off. It just doesn't do it.
No.
It just thinks forever, and now I'm gonna have to manually turn it off because it's making noise. So yeah.
So Zach, what would you
Yes.
want Microsoft to do? Some sort of, instead of saying hey Cortana, you say hey computer, hey Xbox, hey phone.
I think for at least powering on and off, it should be Xbox. It should be Xbox turn on or Xbox turn off, which it was before. And for actual, I think gaming specific commands should be Xbox related, and other commands such as the connection between the Xbox and the PC should be Cortana related. So I should be like, hey Cortana, what's the weather like on my Xbox? I wouldn't say Xbox, what's the weather like? It would be Xbox turn on or Xbox invite so-and-so to my game. You know what I mean? Just so it differentiates the Xbox commands from the more productive commands that Cortana can do. So, hey Cortana, tell me a joke. Or Xbox, send an invite, send a game invite to my friend. You know.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I would prefer them to just say things like, hey, Xbox, hey... I mean, I know it's all called Cortana, but if I have a phone, a tablet, like in my room, I got a phone here, my PC, my fiance Leah's PC, and then if I had an Xbox as well, and I say, hey Cortana, and they all turn on at once, how about just, hey Dell, maybe I could record some sort of active command.
Yeah, give it a name.
Hey Surface.
Give it a name. So it's hey Surface Book.
Or anything I wanted. If I wanted, it could say, like, what would you like the hey command to be? And then you could do whatever you want. And you could just say, hey you.
Hey you. That was GIFGAF's tagline for a while.
Perfect. No. Anyway.
Yeah, is my story next as well? Oh no.
No, it's mine. Because we switched order, I guess. So we don't always do this, but whatever. We're gonna talk about it real quick. Oh, what the? Was that you or me? Oh, I got a Facebook message, but I'm on quiet hours and it still made noise.
Oh, damn,
it's
you
incredible.
Windows 10.
Oh, it's because my browser's open. In any event, I don't know if we need to talk about this, Zach. Do you want to talk about fixing keyboards in Windows 10?
Up to you. It's your story. It's your podcast.
Yeah, I just want a transparent keyboard that I can resize on a tablet, and I want shape writing to come. That's all I want, Zach. I just want them to combine the best of Windows 10 Mobile's keyboard with the tablet that they let me open on the side of my tablet in the lower right-hand or left-hand corner, and then I can swipe with the stylus, and I could go, what's up? And it would just be me swiping between characters with a stylus on my tablet. Because right now you got to pick and peck all the way across your tablet screen. And it's just really inefficient. Just don't like it.
Yeah.
Just need to fix it. They have the tech. They bought Swift. They have Word. Shape writing works on Windows 10 Mobile. And they have devices up to 8 inches that run Windows 10 Mobile. Which says to me they can get shape writing to work up to 8 inches. Right?
Yeah.
So make it work on a tablet. like you obviously can scale shape writing on keyboards. That's already a thing. Because phones come in various sizes and they all it works on all those. I would also say that the splitting it to one side I think is very important because at the moment shape writing would be kind of like this. So anyway, that's me and keyboards. I've written multiple articles on keyboards. I don't know why it bothers me. I think it bothers me because it's so easy to fix and they won't do it. Like 3 out of the top 10 feedbacks for input and interaction are keyboard and bringing swiping, like swiping or shape writing.
Yeah.
And then they say, got it. And it's like, yeah, you got the feedback, but did you get the feedback? You get me? That you got it?
Did you do anything about it? That's the question.
We got it. Don't just hit the check mark so the notification goes away.
Yeah.
Like I said, you'd have to cater it. Team Gnome says it's horrible on a tablet, but I think you'd have to cater it to a tablet. But just the general technology is already there. So just maybe make the keyboard make the keyboard resizable, so you can make it cover only half the screen, or you can drag it to a certain point, and then you just do that. I mean, I think they could make. Don't you think they could make this work?
Yeah, I think they could, but I mean, they're probably bigger priorities.
But how hard did they already have the tech? It's already running on 8-inch devices right now.
True. I don't know. Microsoft's the
Which keyboard would you like to use on this device? The mobile keyboard or the one that's on PC? Like, just let me do that. Anyway, all right. I got boring stuff to do, Zach. It's our new segment. We have a new segment on the last podcast. It's the App Gap Recap, the rhyme of the day. Basically, Bank of America in, GroupMe in, Amazon out. So I'm a Bank of America customer.
Wait, Amazon's leaving Windows 10 Mobile?
What was that?
Amazon's leaving the Windows platform?
Amazon, the shopping app.
No!
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Amazon app. Oh, this is heartbreaking.
Let me get through the first ones.
Oh, no.
I'm a Bank of America customer, so it's really convenient for me now because I can deposit checks I receive from back home, even though I'm in England, with a mobile app, which is really nice. It works. It's built for Windows 10, works on phones and tablets and PCs. It's great. Love it. Big fan. GroupMe, which is owned by Skype, which is owned by Microsoft, is now on PCs. I'm not a big GroupMe guy. The SMS forwarding doesn't even work in the UK, I don't think. But it's cool to see a popular app that is popular on multiple platforms, including iOS and Android, be universally split across various Windows devices. You downloaded GroupMe this week, right, Zach?
I did.
Yeah, so have you tried it on a full PC?
It's no, not on PC, only on phone. It's very clear. It's much faster than Skype, put it that way.
Basically, I think your new best friend, Daniel Rubino, no, I like him too. He said, like, basically they did the Patrick meme, and it's like, take voice calling from Skype and put it onto GroupMe.
Yeah.
Then you'd have a really good app. But I wouldn't change the name. I agree with them. I wouldn't change the name. It's popular already. Yeah, so let's just talk about, Zach, yeah, the Amazon app is going away, I guess.
Yeah, I only just found out. That was breaking news to me, guys. And,
Amazon supports take. Why is shopping no longer available? Shopping is not available for Windows Phone for download. We've recommended customers Amazon.e call via mobile browser where they have access to all shopping features.
I can't believe it. I was only using that app the other day. It works fine. Why does it just have to pull it? It's not like...
Is there a new Amazon app for Windows 10 in development? Sorry, we have no information about our product planning.
So the answer is no.
Sounds like a no to me. Though then again, I will point out when Bank of America pulled their app, they weren't exactly... Like, I kind of got the feeling that they were coming back.
God damn it, yeah. Amazon. Now, I'm feeling the bite of the Windows 10 mobile app gap.
That being said, Zach, I actually I bought something on Amazon the other day on my phone in the browser, and it worked really easily.
Yeah, I guess there's always the browser, but damn it, I want the app. I want to have...
Like, there are some things that you need an app for. Like, if it's a service that I can't use in a browser, I want an app. But, like, it works fine. I literally bought something the other day. I only had to click, like, 3 buttons.
I'm just going to cancel my Prime membership.
You bet.
I'm just going to cancel it just because of that, Amazon. You're losing out on a customer today.
You say.
You're not actually, because I'm waiting for the new Top Gear. Oh, sorry, the Grand Tour on Amazon
Wait,
Prime.
actual Top Gear? Or
no, the Grand Tour.
Yeah, the people from Top Gear.
The people from Top Gear. So I'll call it the real Top Gear. Because that's...
Well, actually, speaking of Top Gear, Zach.
What about Top Gear?
We're gonna be heading out. Do you want to do your?
I thought didn't you want to talk? I'm looking at the OneNote at the bottom. It says it just in lower caps. What about duck beta?
That's the real question. Someone asked on the comment stream. Since this is our last episode of the WinBeta podcast, what happens to duck beta?
It's true. Well, I guess duck beta is a thing now because WinBeta is no longer a thing, so duck beta can take its place.
Duck beta kind of died a few months ago, anyway.
You can always bring.
Like I don't hate it. It's fine, but it's not. That was an after party thing that kind of died off. For those who never tuned into that, but there was a streak of people.
Oh, and we just lost Sean, so I guess that's a good moment to end the final podcast. Actually, probably isn't. We should wait for Sean to come back. Yes, come back. Internet connection problem. There's a problem with the internet connection between you two. Hold on whilst we try and get the call back. Great. So we're gonna have to wait now, I guess. I'm gonna have to edit the last podcast. So how are you guys? I'm doing good, thanks. Not nervous or anything on the last podcast ever. Sean is not coming back. Unless it's me. Oh, it was me. I think it was me. Was it me? Hello?
Would it be a last podcast if it didn't cut out in the middle of me talking?
I don't know if it was me or you that cut out.
Well, in any event, it's still the last podcast for a while, and it's your last one ever. But in the theme of tradition, it cut out in the middle of it. Anyway, Zach, what do you want to say for your last podcast? We'll let you do the exit and everything.
I'm getting a phone call. Who's calling me on Skype?
Probably trying to say goodbye. No, it would have been me. I was calling you.
But where's the sound coming from? Because I haven't got a notification saying I've got a phone
I don't
call.
know, Zach. Look, all I know is the podcast is ending and we should say goodbye.
Okay, well, we're going to have to say goodbye with Skype going off. Okay, thanks very much for watching the WinBeta podcast for over a year. It's been wonderful. I've enjoyed every second. And we're going to have to stop it. Oh, it's gone. Okay.
Okay, now you can do an actual.
This is why the podcast is going away, guys. We need to figure out... they need to figure out... on Microsoft needs to figure out a better way of doing the podcast. So,
how about a serious farewell, Zach? What do you
Sean, what? You should say goodbye. This is your episode.
I guess, yeah. That's been it for the WinBeta podcast. Not only episode 69, but at least in the format it's in now, ever. It's been great. I'll be back when I'm back. Zach will be around. You can find him on Twitter at ZachB_, and you can find me on Twitter at Sean_Michael_UK. I guess you can find us on Twitter. What's our new handle? Is it at OnMSFT?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And we're also on Facebook. We're on YouTube. You're probably watching this on YouTube if you're watching live. If you're listening on audio, we're on SoundCloud, so you can listen to us on your podcast app, whether it be iTunes, Podcast, Grover Podcast, which I, again, recommend. Very good app. So there's that. And I'll see you on the next one, but Zach, he will not. Thanks, guys.
So...